again, this line is still, it's holding together and holding its own just fine. But there's at least some reason for optimism here. Again, we're nowhere close to being able to sound it all clear, but that is at least some cause for optimism.
I do also want to point out that when it comes to rainfall, heavier rainfall actually aid in allowing for stronger wind gusts as something called downburst.
Yep.
So as rain is falling, it creates friction, meaning more air is moving downward.
Yes.
So whenever that does hit the ground, that's when we get those stronger winds. So if we're seeing less reflectivity on our radar, which we have basically seen a little bit of a weakening trend, that means winds hopefully are going to start to ease off as well as they make their way toward Winnebago and basically into the eastern portions of Lee County as well. Overall, we're still, again, as Mark is saying, nowhere near out of the woods just yet, but when it comes to any radar indicated rotation, that's looking promising as there's still nothing very apparent that a vortex is currently going on, creating a tornado. There's no greens and reds touching. There's really nothing even on just our reflectivity that indicates any sort of rotation in it either, as some of the notches that have been there have started to dissipate as well as they as kind of winds from the back are catching up to it, allowing the notches to kind of go away. So we're still dealing with some strong straight line winds, but a weakening trend will sure be a welcome one as it progresses toward the state line.
Yeah, and the fact that the National Weather Service hasn't even discussed new warnings for, let's say, Boone or DeKalb counties just yet. You remember, they were out, the warning for Winnebago County and Ogle County, that was issued half hour ago, 40 minutes ago. It's a long time ago. And the storms are now just getting to Winnebago County. The fact that they haven't said, oh, you know what, we're going to get a warning drawn up for Boone County, that also may speak to at least some weakening trend that is taking place. Let's hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Again, these are still very formidable storms. They still will produce some very gusty winds, and they still do have the capability of producing tornadoes. We did just see a new tornado warning come up for Rock County. I think that's a second tornado warning. I think there are two separate tornado warnings up in Rock County. Yeah, there are reports of rotation from a spotter in northern Rock County. So not necessarily a surprise there. Yeah, so
there has been reports of sirens going off in Janesville as well as Beloit, which there is a tornado warning issued for Rock County.
Yeah, let's talk to the folks in Beloit though. Beloit, you are not in the tornado warning. So if the sirens are going off, it's because of the gusty winds. Right
as they're still seeing 80-mile-per-hour winds, which is destructive.
Yes.
That's why your tornado sirens are going off Beloit. But Janesville, you are underneath a tornado warning, so you should be seeking shelter immediately. That's somewhere in the middle of your house, away from any window, so an interior room.
Yep.
Basement is preferable. If you have one. I know not everybody has a basement, but either to your basement, somewhere on a lower level of a apartment building, or an interior portions of your house or apartment.
Yeah, and it's not just for the folks that are under the tornado warnings. Basically, if you look at this map that I have up right now, and if you live in a community or live in a county that is either orange or red, you are under a warning, and you are to be seeking shelter immediately. We have the view in Beloit. This is from our benchmark exterior sky carp cam. This is looking east, so just some rain in Beloit for the time being. So eventually, I'd like to see if we can turn that camera back around eventually and move it more west, or get a view down to the south. We can play with that a little bit later on, but that's looking east, kind of away from the storm. Now we're going more in the northeasterly direction towards downtown Beloit. Now, as you go farther to the north, if we continue to pan off to the left here, now you're going to be looking north up towards Janesville, where some of those potentially tornadic storms are. Good news. The Sky Carp are out of town tonight, I think. So that's good news. And I do know that they were going to be having a non-Sky Carp related event earlier, but I believe that had been wisely canceled or at least postponed. So that's now that's looking a little bit more to the north and west. So a real cool view there. Can we pull up our tower cam?
Yes, tower cam has a really good view of the incoming storms.
That's going to show the storms because they're knocking right on our doorstep here on the far west side of Rockford. And I should say to our directors here, if somebody wants to fire up the generator here at the station, it's already on. You guys are awesome. There's a ton of lightning. There's a ton of lightning. There's going to be a ton of wind. We're going to be able to give you kind of a firsthand account of how things are to play out here. But yeah, that is those are some very dark skies that are. And again, I think we're looking kind of west southwest here. I think the lights that you see. The cluster of lights that you see just to the left of the center of your screen, that looks like that's Winnebago Corners. It looks like that's the US 20 and Winnebago Road interchange. So I think that we're looking out towards Winnebago Corners there, because really that's the only kind of
landmark
populated area that you can actually see with businesses and commerce and what have you. So we're going to just kind of watch that come in. So we'll go back and forth between our radar picture here and our Skycam. Let's leave the Skycam up for now. Whatever.
I think let's go up to our Martin Exteriors roof cam, as it is getting very, very dark. As just to the north of Rockford, up in Rockton, those clouds, that sky has gotten dark rather fast. I mean, especially compared to what it's normally like at this time of the day. It should be much brighter than that.
Yeah. So here we are. If just to get your bearings here, this is 251. And to the right of your screen, it's Hononegah Road. To the left, it turns into Elevator Road. You're right in Roscoe, looking to the south and west. So you're looking straight into, you're looking basically right into these storms, which are producing a ton of lightning. It has begun to rain there lightly. It has rained in Roscoe. We'll be able to get a good view from that cam coming up very, very soon, because it's probably only going to be a matter of 5 minutes until 10 minutes maybe until the storms reach there. That camera is located basically right around here-ish. So the storm is not far away, so we'll be able to see just how gusty the winds are there. We'll be able to see how heavily the rain comes there, so we should get a nice little vantage point on that coming up here in just a matter of a few minutes. No real news about any sort of reports of damage or anything along those lines yet, which, of course, that is good news. But here, again, a testament to the fact that there might be some weakening going on. The highest gust that we've seen in Lee County thus far, it's been a 40-mile-an-hour gust in Dixon. That is good news.
That is good news. Especially compare that to at 7:25, Lena up in Stevenson County recorded a 93-mile-per-hour wind gust.
Wow. We did have a report of a funnel cloud sighted in Evansville, Wisconsin. That's in northern Rock County. Multiple spotters have seen that, along with a 63-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The National Weather Service is really watching Rock County for some gusty winds. This is probably where most of the action is right now, is in Rock County, Wisconsin. That's where a good deal of action is right now. But yeah, 93-mile-per-hour. You said that was in Lena?
Yes.
Wow. That is noteworthy. And that was at 7:25. So that was about a half hour ago. Obviously, that's on the northern part of the line, and the thought all along has been that it would be the northern part of the line that was going to have the most in the way of gusty winds. Those winds were tending to tail off a little bit on the southern portion of the line, and I think that's what we're kind of seeing going on right now. Again, it's an encouraging development. It's not one that we could say that we're anywhere close to being able to say we're out of the woods or sounding all clear or anything along those lines yet, but it's an encouraging trend to say the very least. So right now, it's game time here in Beloit. Things are going to go downhill very, very soon. Rockton, South Beloit,
Can we pull up tower cam? Looks like there's a nice shelf cloud starting to make its way through the state line here.
Absolutely.
Looky there.
And I wonder if we could even pan that around and just kind of get. Oh, we got a tornado warning here. Tornado warning for Winnebago County. Let's see. Tornado warning in Winnebago County until 8:30 this evening. We may very well have to
Seek shelter.
head down to the basement here. And DJ, maybe head into the newsroom and let everyone know that we're going to need to take shelter here in the basement as we're going to stay here with you. We have a setup downstairs where we can continue to broadcast. We have our computer set up there as well. But there is most certainly a little notch that's showing up here very close to our station here near the village of Winnebago. That is I just want to read this from the National Weather Service before we head downstairs. Let's see here. We're going to hear, this warning is going to go for Boone County as well as northern Ogle County and the south half of Winnebago County. Severe thunderstorms capable of tornadoes and gusty winds. Extensive straight line winds located, one near the Rockford Airport. Moving to the east at 55, and another little notch that again here is very close to us here. Just west of Rockford, right near Winnebago, the town of Winnebago. So those are areas where I'm concerned here. Right around the Rockford Airport, we have an area of rotation, and that's in the far southwesternmost corner of Winnebago County. So that would be the part that would perhaps impact Davis Junction. And then perhaps Monroe Center. It's going to be a very close call there as well. This does include the city of Rockford, this warning, in addition to the very gusty winds. So we mentioned kind of how this whole thing was evolving with the kind of things wimping out a little bit more on the south flank of the storm. Meanwhile, on the northern portion of the line, things are really maintaining themselves very, very well. Now, this tornado warning is going to include Boone County. This will include the vast majority of Boone County, including the city of Belvedere. So we are going right now, we're staying with you here. We can keep the radar up here. We can just leave it on that screen. Let's see. So we're looking, this is looking, I'm trying to get my bearings on where we're looking on our tower cam here. I think that's looking straight south. Yes, I think that is looking straight off to the south. It'll be interesting to see if we see much in the way of rotation. But we are heading down to the basement right now. We'll be back upstairs here momentarily. We're going to get the whole production crew downstairs as well. We're going to get everybody downstairs, and we'll only be downstairs here for probably 2-3 minutes. Once the rotation has passed us here, we'll be able to head back upstairs and resume our normal broadcast operations here. But tornado warning is going to go until 8:30. It's going to be for much of Winnebago County. This is not going to include like Roscoe, Rockton, South Beloit. The southernmost portion of our area is not, the northernmost portion of Winnebago County is not under the tornado warning. Now, the two areas where there's been the most concern has been basically where Highway 20 splits, and because West State Street, if you head straight, it's considered Business 20, and then US 20 where it becomes the bypass that goes around the south part of the city of Rockford. So there's this area right here. This is where I'm talking about. Just very, very close to our station, our location right now. Again, this part of the storm is going to pass us by here within the next. Here's our tower cam. So, Kenny, which way are we looking here? This is straight south. Okay, so this is actually exactly where we want this because the storm's moving from west to east. We'll be able to see if there's any sort of tornado. Oh, look at the power flashes. Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, I think I just saw a funnel right there. And then that power flash just to the east of your screen.
We just saw a power flash just to the, that would be, probably just west of Meridian. It's trying to, it's kind of hard to see if there is any rotation, but you do start to see like some little attempts of some lowering. Here we go. Now look at what's coming. It's going to come right over Meridian Road here. You start to see just a little dangle. And this is from where we are sitting right now. This is about 2 miles to our south. What we're looking at is about 2 miles to our south. And you definitely see there are little appendages that are trying to drop. Unsuccessfully so far, but yeah. So this is wow. This is I think in 21 years we've only had to do this once or twice before. So this is all the evidence we need to be taking these storms seriously. So if we're taking shelter here, you need to be taking shelter wherever you live if you are in any of these warned areas. This is a serious situation with gusty winds, of course, the potential of rotation. How's the rotation looking out there right now, DJ?
Just trying to get a read on this.
We haven't seen any sort of touchdown through this tower cam. Now, Kenny, can we start following it a little to the left here? Nope. All right. What's it? Okay.
It looks like rotation-wise, from what I'm seeing, just southeast of Winnebago. So basically directly south of us here, Mark.
Yeah. There was another power flash here just to the southeast of the station. So this would be maybe towards the bypass and Montague Road, that general area. Looks like Winnebago County, Rock County just got pulled. One of their tornado warnings has been allowed to expire. So very heavy rain right now. This is here perched atop our station. Very heavy rain. You can see the trees beginning to sway here. So we're getting the brunt of the action right now. And this is why we say in a tornado warning like this, don't try to look for the tornado because now it's going to be completely rain-wrapped. There's no way you'd be able to see a tornado here. With that said, it is possible. Can you pull up the reflectivity product here, DJ? Because I just want to see. I think we're pretty close to being safe.
It looks like in the
here?
newest warning, WIFR, we are in the clear.
Okay.
I think just to the west of New Milford, I think that is where the...
So you're right over by the Rockford Airport there. Yeah, so Rockford Airport, New Milford, that's definitely an area that we're watching. Yeah, there still is a little notch there, right?
Yeah.
There still is a little notch that's showing up here, so that's very close to our location right now. So this again, so downtown Rockford, this is going to be a situation for you very, very soon. New Milford, Rockford Airport, game times right now. Winnebago, us here right along the Meridian Road corridor, game times right now. Belvedere, be ready because these storms are racing. Movement is to the east at about 50 miles per hour. So Belvedere, you've got 15 minutes tops. Cherry Valley, you got 10 minutes tops. Downtown Rockford, you got 2 minutes. East side, you probably got 5. You should be in your basement right now. Again, this tornado, the severe thunderstorm warning continues for the entire county, but Roscoe, Rockton, South Beloit, you are not in the tornado warning. The tornado threat is basically south of 173 in Winnebago County.
This is an old radar scan. I just want to pull up to show where that tornado warning has been issued.
Right.
So Monroe, you are included in this.
Yep.
But for the rest of us, it looks like just to be.
Yes, Monroe. So Monroe Center, Davis Junction. Monroe Center, Davis Junction, in New Milford. You'd be kind of some of the smaller communities that are affected. This storm, then, though, assuming it continues on its eastward track, this would be something for Fairdale, Genoa, Kirkland to watch out for in northern DeKalb County. But that's, again, that's a concern for maybe 10, 15 minutes down the line. Okay, I think we can, just look at the rain, my goodness. Again, this is why you need to, don't try looking for a tornado. You're not going to see it with conditions like this. Let's see reflectivity again. And real quick, one last time here, Kenny, if we can maybe bounce around to some of our different cams, or at least let's get ready to show, let's just get ready to show State Street, Main Street, kind of our other Rockford cams. And then maybe we can get up to Roscoe. So I think we can go up here.
Yeah.
I think we're safe for the time being. So we're going to head back up into the studio. Everybody's good. Thanks for participating, guys. Go team. We are heading back upstairs and setting up shop here in the studio, letting the rest of the team get back to work. I'm preparing our 10 o'clock newscast. All right. So what do we have up here? Let's see what we're looking at here. This is our quad box. Okay, so we can kind of see different perspectives from different places in our viewing area. I mean, bottom right's our tower cam. That's what you've been seeing for quite some time. Look how dark it is up in Roscoe.
That's like nighttime.
Yeah, that's Martin Exterior's roof cam. Again, Roscoe, not in the tornado warning. Not in the tornado warning. But I'm going to watch very closely River Cam up in Beloit too. Not in a tornado warning up in Beloit, but obviously things going downhill. My goodness, this rain. I'm going to just try to peek my head out the door and see, get a gauge for the wind. You know, as I look out the window here, the sky has a very greenish hue to it right now.
We did just see from the National Weather Service high speeds on our radar
heavy rain.
headed through New Milford. If you are in New Milford, get to cover immediately. That is where the highest velocity scans are showing up. So where the green is touching the red, that's kind of what gives you an idea of where the rotation currently is as we speak.
Now, you're looking at our tower cam right now, and this is a testament to just how heavy the rain is. Not much wind out there right now, so that's good news that the worst of the wind has passed for us here, at least at our position at the WIFR studios. That said, Rockford, downtown Rockford, get ready. It's coming quick. It's coming very, very quickly. Yes, down near New Milford, right by the Rockford Airport. That is where we have a significant sign of some potential rotation here. I'm just going to kind of catch up here on some of our the comments from the National Weather Service. There was a funnel cloud reported just on Meridian Road near bypass 20. So
that was at 7:57.
Yeah. So and that was what we saw on our tower cam. I'm convinced of it. It was about halfway down to the ground. I think we were seeing the same thing. So we did have a train spotter report a funnel cloud about halfway down to the ground. Then this is exactly why we sought shelter in our basement here. Yeah, how about that? Close call. Close call to say the very least. High speeds on the radar heading through New Milford in southeastern Winnebago County. New tornado warning has just come out, and again, this is not a surprise. This is going to go for
DeKalb and Ogle County.
DeKalb and Ogle County,
and that is set to expire at 8:45.
All right, so west side of Rockford, you're in the clear. That's good. Downtown Rockford, not so much. In fact, the main event is kind of in progress here in downtown Rockford. I'm going to just try to turn the lightning off here real quick so we can kind of get a better glimpse of exactly what's going on here.
Kenny, if you want to go to Max 2, I can show you the location of the two tornado warnings that are currently in place. The first one is for Winnebago, Boone, and Ogle County. This goes until 8:30 this evening. The newest tornado warning that has just been issued is for Boone, Ogle, and, that's for DeKalb and Ogle County. This goes until 8:45 this evening. I'm going to go to a most recent radar scan, seeing if we can pinpoint anything. Looks like there's a few blips over by Linville, and I think that might have just been a hailstone that just hit over top, but that was a very loud thud. When it comes to rotation-wise, just take a quick look at this radar here for a second, see if I can notice anything.
What cam is that?
I want to think the one that is down, I think that's our Martin exterior up in Roscoe. So I think our Roscoe cam on our Martin exteriors has gone down, has lost power. No tornado threat or anything up in Roscoe. However, this is more towards New Milford. That tornado threat is still currently over you. So this is to the southeast of Rockford Metro. Monroe, I think you also could potentially be seeing some rotation here as we look at our reflectivity now.
Yeah.
There's a few little blips over by you, as well as, let me zoom in a little bit farther.
And to be clear, so we're talking about the Monroe Township and then also the village of Monroe Center, right there in far northeastern Ogle County, just south of the Winnebago County line.
That's correct. Also in Linville, it looks like there's a little dip in that could potentially be a little bit of rotation, keeping a very close eye on that as well. These storms, again, are moving eastward as we head, and they are heading at 50 miles per hour. That is why DeKalb County has been issued a tornado warning here. Now I'll just go ahead and draw this out. Sorry, computer problems. Mark, I'm having the same issue you had.
Never a dull moment. It's the beauty of live TV, especially when we've been doing this now for about an hour and 45 minutes. Technology is not always going to be our friend, but you know what? It provides a little bit of brevity and otherwise a heavy night here in the state line. We're looking downtown at our Main Street cam, and you can see that this is very windswept rain. Obviously, you're not going to see the trees blowing all that much here because the buildings on either side are going to offer at least some protection, especially given the fact that these are going to be westerly winds here. So the buildings offer enough protection that there could that you're not going to get the kind of the full appreciation of the wind that's going on. We just had some really loud thunder here.
The Rockford International Airport has recorded a 58 mile per hour gust. Okay. That is severe level. It's not destructive, but still severe. So tree limbs and other objects can still be damaged by it.
Right. Let's see here. We did have a train spotter guesstimated 40 plus mile per hour winds in Rockford. So that warning, the new warning for Ogle and then northern DeKalb County, again, right before we had come up from the basement, we suspected that it might be a concern for towns like Genoa and perhaps Kingston, Fairdale, basically along the Highway 72 corridor, and a couple of little ripples farther to the south, just east of Rochelle, and heading in toward Creston. Southern portions of, or the central portions of DeKalb County also need to be on the lookout, and that does include the city of DeKalb. Again, you see a couple little wrinkles that are showing up on the radar right along Highway 38, just east of I-39. So you're probably just east of Creston at that point and heading very close to the city of DeKalb. Again, regardless of tornado, these are still going to have the potential of producing some extremely gusty winds, extremely heavy rainfall. My goodness, some of the rainfall that we've seen here today has been just torrential. Now, the good news is, and we've kind of made reference to this a few times, these storms are moving quickly. And so this is not going to produce, it's going to produce ridiculously heavy rainfall, but it's not going to do so for a long time. It's not going to do so for 3, 4, 5 hours like we kind of saw on Saturday night and Sunday night. That's not going to be the case. This is going to be a half hour to an hour, if that, of very heavy rainfall, and then just light rain the rest of the way. After this, that's it. We're done with this active pattern. After we get through this, after we clear just a few more counties, then we can all take a collective breath. We don't have to worry about flooding anymore. We don't have to worry about these storms anymore. So the light is at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. 64 mile per hour wind at RFD, at the Chicago Rockford International Airport. So these storms certainly still holding their own.
Speaking of Rockford here, Mark, a new flash flood warning has been issued until 11:15, and honestly, that is no surprise. As again, this very heavy rainfall already on top of what we saw the past 2 days, with totals already over 8 inches in some places. So of course,
and you'll notice it's a pretty small flash flood warning.
It's very small, but that includes
it's really honing in on the areas of town that were hardest hit. So it's going to be your Keith Creek area. It's going to be your Charles Street. So basically, along and south of State Street, from where the bypass starts to out by Cherry Valley. Pretty small flash flood warning and a very short duration flash flood warning. Usually you get flash flood warnings, they go for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time.
It's only for 3.
This one's only for 3, which is an indication, again, it's just a quick deluge that we're going to see. Soon enough, it's going to be better. How do things look out on I-90? Do we have a view of I-90? Because that's where things are probably ramping up pretty good right now. Or they're in the process of doing so. We kind of lost the focus here. Rats. That's all right. East State Street? Oh, there we go. See, I like this I-90 camera perspective because you'll be able to, you have the trees right there in the foreground. You can get an idea of just what kind of wind is blowing here. Oh, there's East State, bottom left. I'm not used to that vantage point. But you can see, just watch the rain coming down in sheets and just blowing from west to east down East State Street there. Of course, a ton of lightning as well. There's the view from just north of downtown. We're pretty close to being done with it near downtown Rockford. I think the worst is behind us. So I-90, that's where things are going to, look at the wind picking up there. Watch the wind just taking that rain and moving it straight across East State Street. I want to hang on this for a little bit because I think this could be a good view for the next few minutes here. Maybe if we even can go a little bit over to the right a little bit, because it would be interesting to see if we could see the stoplight maybe dangling just a little bit. That could be a fun little perspective. There we go. So far, yeah, we got the gusty winds, but the stoplights are remaining intact. They're not really jostling around all that much. Those are pretty strong poles, though, that they had. I believe they upgraded them a few years ago. In any case, that is the view in Rockford. How about Beloit? What does Beloit look like right now? It looks like things in Beloit are probably as calm as they've been here for quite some time. The worst may be behind folks there. FYI, for Ogle County, both tornado warnings that included portions of the counties have been canceled as that rotation has exited to the east. So Ogle County, you're in the clear from tornadoes. Now we're just talking about DeKalb and Boone County. So Belvedere, we're going to be watching you very, very carefully next couple of minutes. Let's go back to the radar screen. In fact, yeah, wow, beautiful picture up there in Beloit, where the worst looks to be behind us. But really want to pay attention. I want our friends in Belvedere. If you're not there yet, I need you in your basements now. Little notch showing up between just to the southwest of Belvedere, near Cherry Valley. So basically, right by Cherryvale Mall. That's an area of concern. So that's going to head right along US 20, heading eastward toward Belvedere, heading toward the Chrysler plant and eventually the city of Belvedere. So Belvedere, I really want you down in your basement. If you're not down there already, you don't have much time. You've got 3-4 minutes before this potentially tornadic storm is over you. So Belvedere, game time. Now, downtown Rockford, all clear. Downtown Rockford, all clear. East side, not yet. We're getting close. Roscoe.
Loves Park,
Roscoe,
McChesney
Rockton, McChesney Park. We're really, really close, just about ready to say all clear. Still going to have rain, still going to have wind, still going to have thunder, still going to have lightning. But as far as the severe weather concerns, the tornado concerns, you're done with that. We're most concerned now with Boone County, including Belvedere. Poplar Grove, it's game time right now. Basically, the leading edge of the storm has already reached Poplar Grove. So the tornado threat might be behind you, but you're still going to be dealing with some very heavy rain and very gusty winds here for a little bit longer. And this is generally going to go into eastern portions of Boone County. But yeah, right along the Winnebago and Boone County line, near Cherry Valley right now is where I think that there could be possibly an area of potential concern. Regardless, we're going to be talking about some very gusty winds. We had a report again of a 64-mile-per-hour gust in the at the Rockford Airport.
If we can go to Max 2, the National Weather Service has just canceled the remaining severe thunderstorm warning for Winnebago County. So the only counties that are currently under a tornado warning are DeKalb County and Boone County. Again, if you do live in Belvedere, now is the time to get downstairs if you are not already, into a basement, into an interior place where you are being able to take cover away from windows. Please get away from windows, as that could make for a very dangerous situation here as we keep on progressing. This is a little bit of a dated radar scan. I do believe that the little notch would be just east of the border of Winnebago and Boone County.
Just south of I-90.
Yes, just south of I-90. And that's going to continue to progress its way east, I think at 50 miles per hour, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, east at 50. And again,
moving east at 30 miles per hour. National Weather Service has updated their trajectory.
Oh, okay.
So let's draw a little bit of a line here where it's at. And I am giving it a little bit of leeway, as this is an older radar scan. So it's moving east at 30 miles per hour. I do need to zoom out here for a second. Pardon the interruption.
We just heard from the Emergency Management Office in Boone County. Belvedere Fire Department is reporting a funnel cloud at 6th Street and Whitney in Belvedere. So that's going to be just south of, just south of downtown Belvedere. 6th Street and Whitney, a report of a funnel cloud from Belvedere Fire Department. We also got a video from a railroader of a tornado in Creston, Illinois. And we were talking about that storm that started off in eastern Ogle County and then was moving into northern DeKalb County. That Creston was a town that we were worried about. And we do have a video that was sent of a tornado in Creston, Illinois. And it is authenticated by a trusted source as being legitimate. And so that is heading for the city of DeKalb. So let's go to Max 1 if we can here. So the tornado was just reported near Creston. So you're in western DeKalb County, and this is heading to the east and heading for the city of DeKalb. And this is imminent. This in the city of DeKalb, it's game time. We need to be in a basement right now. There is a confirmed tornado by a trusted source of a tornado near Creston, Illinois. It's kind of hard for me to see on this screen just with all the studio lights here, but that is there has been a tornado reported near Creston and heading for the city of DeKalb. So heads up for folks in the city of DeKalb. Yeah, it's maybe just to the north of the city of DeKalb is where we maybe see that, just a tiny north or northwest here, just north of Route 38 is where we could have a little bit of spin showing up right there. So north side of DeKalb, northwest side of DeKalb, really anywhere in DeKalb County, north of I-88, that is a place to be taking shelter immediately.
Put the cold front into perspective on how powerful this is. Just over the course of 10 minutes, the Rockford International Airport was at temperature, so at 8 o'clock, it was at 84 degrees with a dew point of 79.
Wow.
Now at 8:10, so I know it's a little bit old, but this is what we have data-wise that has been verified to come in. 73 degrees with a dew point of 70, so it dropped 11 degrees in just 10 minutes. So they're just going to show you how hot and how humid we were to start, and then just kind of how powerful this cold front is, dropping these temperatures that quickly. And that's one of the reasons why we have seen just such strong winds, pretty much state line wide, is there's just so much cold air behind this and just so much instability that's able to be utilized because of it, because of the hot and humid air out in front of it. That is just why these storms have been able to progress as long as they did and as strong as they have been.